There we go. All right, Blockey Sports Network, we're back, and it's time for another edition of the desk, bringing you some pregame coverage before today's games. It's been quite a while since we've had some BHCL games. Had a couple days off, a nice break. I'm joined by Ghostyferret to my left,
Hello, how you doing tonight?
and behind the camera for tonight's games we have ohLuvv.
Good evening.
So, and I'm Alfresco. We'll be taking you through the last game day's games, which has been quite a while. It's been honestly a while. Saturday, it's like been 4 days. That's uncommon. Usually not that much rest given in the BHCL, but obviously with the holiday on Monday, President's Day, we had an extra long break. So let's give you a refresher of what happened on those Saturday games since they happened so long ago. Obviously on Saturday we started off with a double header, back to back games of Otters versus Popcorn. The Popcorn coming off a trade with the LA Earthquakes, for two of their players, obviously Jaden and Farabee. So a new Popcorn team heading into the game Saturday night. Very interesting what to see they had to bring to the table. In game one, they looked like they had a little more juice and energy. They were able to keep it close with one of the best teams in the league, the Ohio Otters, 3-2. They unfortunately fell short. Robe with 2 goals on the night, for the Otters. The Otters winning this one 3-2. Ghostyferret, what did you see from this Popcorn team though? That like it looked like a brand new team.
Yeah, no, for sure. I thought Jaden and Farabee played really well that first game. I mean, they were very strong defensively, which, two fours on a line, you're not sure how they're going to look defensively, but I thought they looked great and they made the plays that they needed to. The second line, they held their own for being Brandon, I believe, Finn Hockey was Brandon's second line team at that night, playing against, a very good second line that's been so far Packers and APAT. I thought they played a great game. They were able to sneak a couple past, bigger plays, which we haven't really seen much this season. They just looked like a strong team compared to what we've seen from these last, few games to start the season for them.
Yeah, and all the questions about the train were kind of thrown out the window. It looked like the Popcorn were heading in the right direction. Obviously, being able to keep up with one of the best in the league shows that they are competitive enough to stay with most of the teams. So they had to turn around. Obviously, they weren't too happy about it as well.
Hmm.
One of the goals off the face-off was very, very, very sketchy, where it was kind of hit through the defender, and a bug caused the goalie to pull the puck into the net. Obviously, there's a rule change now preventing that, Ferret.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was very obvious when you're watching the game that Robe just abused a bug, and we don't want that in the league. I think it's pretty self-explanatory why we don't want bug abusing in the league. But yeah, to make sure it doesn't happen again, we just made a rule until we can fix the bug that you can't do that on a face-off. You can't use a dangle stick because goalies pulling back when they're trying to just hit the puck is not cool to say.
Yeah, and obviously winning the game by 1 goal creates a bit of controversy for the Popcorn. Maybe that game could have gone to overtime if that goal was called back. Maybe they could have even won the game if that goal was called back. But unfortunately, they had to hang their heads low and try to mentally repair themselves for game two. They had to take the short flight over back to their stadium. First game was in Ohio, and then they shot back over to Nebraska for game two, and this is where the wheels kind of fell off the bus a little bit. It was a 4-1 win for the Ohio Otters. Sammy the Whale with a hat trick and an assist, 4 points included in all 4 goals. Fantastic night for him, for at least game two wise, and at least in this game, the defense looked much, much worse.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, everything I just said about that line in the first game, well, we can throw that out the window. Is they did not look very good for game two. They didn't look like the same team at all, in my opinion. I mean, coming into the third period, the shots were like 19 to like 6. It was just a rough game. But a positive you can take, Spooky Mount played great that game, in my opinion. He's the only reason this wasn't like a 7-1 loss or a 7-0 loss.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking about, did have one of his better games on the year. Obviously, the goaltender has struggled so far on the season and needs to look to get back on track in order for the Popcorn to have any chance at the postseason. Moving Actually, let's make another point on that. Obviously, a
Mhm.
little bit off the court, like drama a little bit. Robe ended up leaving the Discord after both games against the Popcorn uh, for some unknown reasons. Obviously, something along the personal issues or I don't know, some type of leave. He was quoted saying that he was considering like quitting the league, but he would only stay around for his Ohio Otters fan base. Barrett, how does this affect a team like this? Obviously, having such big news like that when your superstar is just wanting to quit.
Yeah, no, that's a big hit for any team, especially the team that's first place in the standings. But I don't think it's going to really impact them because I'm sure he's still in the team Discord. He's still going to play the games. I mean, obviously, we've never seen a magnitude, of this viewership before, this much fan engagement, you could say. So I think that alone is going to, keep him like invested into playing into the game at least. I will say I haven't seen him online nearly as much as I do, which is kind of concerning if you're the Otters because you don't want to see that at your franchise player. But it it does suck to see him leave the Discord and just kind of. I don't want to confirm anything, but it is probable that he is going to be quitting after his 10 years up with the Otters. So it does suck to see that a top player leave, but I think they'll be fine at the end of the day.
Yeah, should be an interesting story to follow. Obviously, when a player of that magnitude talks about quitting in general, it's pretty rough for obviously, the Ohio Otters and honestly the league. The league gets a little less competitive and makes it a little more easier for the top players to go head to head. It turns into like more of a 1 and 2 player league rather than a 3 and 4 person league. Anyways, let's move on to the last game of the night and my pick for game of the night. Obviously it was the Paris Pigeons versus the Malibu Marshmallows, and the Malibu Marshmallows finally got the luck to fall their way. They won this one 3-2 in overtime. Kiet, the goaltender, original starting goaltender for the Malibu Marshmallows, playing as skater, scoring 2 goals, including the game-winning goal and putting up an assist. Radium also with a goal and assist. That line looked really, really well on against the Pigeons.
Yeah, it did. Coming into that game, we weren't sure how the Marshmallows were going to perform. Obviously, we know Luke wasn't going to be able to make, so I feel like we all just kind of counted them out from the start. Oh, no Luke to play against that very good Pitches first line with our dog and ohLuvv. We just kind of thought it was a wrap. And in my opinion, Z didn't play a good game at all. Uh, he was -2 on the night. For me, just that second line played so good, man. It was fun to watch. Somebody come out the bench, not play their position that they're familiar with and just go crazy to say. I mean, scoring 2 goals, granted, it was an own goal to win the game in overtime, but they all count the same. So,
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's the score that matters at the scoreboard or on the top of the scoreboard, and the Malibu finally getting a W in the column. They've needed that one. Obviously, they've had a pretty rough schedule in terms of things so far, and obviously, it made my justification of picking the Marshmallows over the Pigeons on the desk a little more sweet with Tucker being there on Saturday.
hmm,
Anyways, let's move over to tonight's matchups. Let's get into tonight's games. Should be interesting ones tonight. Leading things off, we have the Sacramento Surge versus the Nebraska Popcorn. Should be an interesting one to watch. Obviously, we talked about it. The Popcorn do have a new team. They looked really good in one of their games and looked really, really bad in the other. So it should be interesting to see what Popcorn team we see tonight. Your players to watch in tonight's matchup between these two. It's the goaltenders. These are two of the best goaltenders in the BHL of all time and two of the best goalies in the BHCL. Obviously, they haven't lived up to expectations so far. Some of them having slow starts on the year. Obviously, Vasilevsky for the Surge and Spooky Mount for the Popcorn, both having somewhat slow starts to the year, but have really picked it up recently. They're your two players to watch. They're going to be the backbone of their team, and they are going to be able to bail out their defensive woes for each team.
yeah, no, I think those goalie matchups can be really interesting to watch tonight because both generational talents when it comes to the goalie position. Chokington, we all know the best goalie of all time. Won a Vezina last season. he just hasn't looked great to start the season. He had a very good, like the last game he played, he looked very good, but overall, we're just not seeing what we expected from him this season. I feel like, especially with the team that he picked is such a heavy defensive team, he just needs to be making more saves to help his team out because the Surge aren't going to be scoring a ton of goals on the offensive side. And then you look at Spooky Mount, which is on a very similar team, you could say, to the Surge, a little more offensive firepower, I would say, but a very low scoring team, defensive heavy that they need him to perform. And he also hasn't looked good. Obviously, him and Chokington battling out for the Vezina last season, Spooky Mount getting those cheating allegations from somebody. I'm not quite sure who. But it just both of these teams, have had struggling goaltenders. And when you're the main, like as a goaltender, when you're the main point of your team, you need to come out and show out every single night. I'm not sure who's gonna do better tonight. If I think though, I'm gonna give my prediction here real quick. I think if we can see that first game against the Otters that the Popcorn had out of Fairby and Jaden, I do think they have the firepower over the Surge. I know it sucks, but for the Surge fans out there, I know they do have a pretty nice fan base, but I'm sorry, I just don't think you guys have the offensive firepower to keep up with even a team like the Popcorn. So I'm gonna be taking the Popcorn tonight.
Yeah, that was my next question. Took it right out of my mouth. I was going to ask, which team are we going to see tonight on both sides? Are we going to see the offensive uh popcorn team that we saw against the Otters that looked so good, or are we going to see that defensive lockdown style from the Surge that we kind of saw against the Otters? Both of these teams playing very well against the Otters. Obviously, Surge beating the Otters as well, 4-2, with their third string in net. A little asterisk there. But the money lines for tonight's game for Surge versus Popcorn. Surge coming into this one with a minus 220. They are favored
Wow.
versus the Popcorn plus 190. Obviously, Popcorn haven't won a game yet. The Surge have. So Vegas tends to lead towards the favorite of the Surge. You still taking the underdog at plus 190, Ferret?
I absolutely am because I'm not sure if this is out, but apparently for this week, Berto is going to be on injured reserve. I'm not quite sure what the injury is with him, but he will not be able to play at all this week, from what I've heard. From behind the scenes. So when we look at the last win for the Surge, or their only win on the season, I should say, Berto had a hat trick. He was a key component of that win, and just I feel like not having him here tonight against a weaker second line, where he did show he could feast on a weak second line. That's too big of a hit for the Surge team.
Interesting predicament for the Surge. Obviously, they picked no offensive firepower. That was the team that Chokington decided to go with. So we'll see if it bites him here tonight versus the Popcorn. Anyways, let's head into our second matchup of tonight's game. It is the Blue Ridge Blizzard versus the New York Bagels. Your quote unquote prime time matchup for tonight's games. Your players to watch. These teams played in the very first game of the season. It's the same as that. Obviously, Akuzo for the Blizzard versus Youppi of the Bagels, two of the greats in BHL history, going head to head yet again. Youppi got round one in this matchup. He got uh, Kuzo pretty heavily, 5-1. But ever since then, the Blizzard have been so dominant. They've won, I think, like 5 or 6 straight. They've looked pretty much unstoppable. So it should be an interesting one. It shouldn't be a 5-1 score. I'm thinking of a more closer matchup tonight.
Yeah, also I think we're forgetting in the first matchup, the season between these two teams, Dripsky was not there, and he hasn't looked like the best player, but man, he has looked incredible for this Blizzard team. The scoring for him, it's just been amazing. He's been a great playmaker, a strong defensively as well, which is kind of his big question mark. When you're drafting somebody like him as such a young player, you're not sure how his defense is going to be, but it's looked strong all around, all sides of the game for him. I think it's going to be really big for this Blizzard team tonight, having him back in the lineup against the Bagels.
Yeah, and obviously, you look at the star-studded matchup. Youppi in the first game of the season and the first game of this series, scored 3 goals, a natural hat trick to start the game. You got to wonder, Akuzo has to have something to say about this and, put up a response. Yuppie was calling him his son after the game, and, you got
Mhm.
to show some fight there from Akuzo to prove that you are still a top quality player.
Yeah, no, that's true. But my thing about that is Akuzo just kind of made it like, or I'm sorry, not Akuzo. Youppi made it look easy when he got that hat trick. I mean, he got a hat trick in 3 minutes, and I feel like he just took the night off after that. I mean, he just sat back and played defense, did what he needed to do. Obviously, a second line, great second line of Tango and Top Rages. They weren't there either, but or they were there and they played great. But also one thing I want to say before we get into thing, we're also on the Bagel side. They had such a convincing win without Mdrovel being there, and Mdrovel has been a great player for this team so far. So inserting him into the lineup over Arax, that is not going to help Ikuzo's case at all for tonight. Because Ikuzo is probably going to be playing with Camper or Siffin. That's what we've seen from him so far this season. So when you put Marco in the lineup, man, it's a tough task for Ikuzo tonight, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do it.
Yeah, should be an interesting one. Vegas has this game coming in really close. Obviously, the Blizzard on a hot streak. Bagels are still favorites though. Money line is -160 for the Bagels. They are the favorites. While the Blizzard are your underdogs. They are +140. Ferret, which team are you taking?
Yeah, I mean, no surprise. I'm going to take the Bagels here. Yubi made it look way too easy last time he played him with. I believe Akuzo was playing with a stronger line mate as well during then. And if he made it look that easy, then he's been practicing more. He's been grinding the game more. I don't see the Blizzard having a chance tonight. I think they're a great team. Dripsky back in the lineup, I think will keep the game closer on the second line at least. But when it comes to the first line, I don't see it being too close. I know EXO is a great player, and I don't want to discredit him or anything, but I'm gonna take the Bagels 4-2 tonight.
Ooh, interesting. I kind of want to go with the underdog here. I think the Blizzard have looked extremely, extremely hot coming into this matchup. I think this game is going to go into overtime. I think both teams are going to get their respective 1 point, but I feel like the Blizzard are going to come out on top on this one. I just have a gut feeling that they're going to be
Mm.
able to outlast the Bagels again in overtime. Obviously, the Bagels losing their only game so far in the season against in overtime as well. So should be an interesting one though. I honestly cannot choose. It is so close in my
Mm.
opinion because these teams are both red hot heading into this game.
Yep.
Anyways, let's move on to our last matchup of tonight's game. We will be seeing the Blizzard playing in a back-to-back, but they will be playing a different opponent. They will be playing Ghostyferret's LA Earthquakes. Your players to watch in this game, obviously we just talked about Dripsky. He wasn't your player to watch in the Bagels game, but in this game, he'll probably be your player to watch. It'll be interesting to see how LA plans to shut him down on the second line. And for LA, they have two new players that they introduced to the lineup. Nick, aka Konechny, and Quake TFA added to their lineup from the Popcorn. Obviously, brand new players. Ghosty Fair, what have you seen from your new trade acquisitions, and what do you see, what do you plan to like do they get into the lineup? Obviously.
Yeah, no, I think they're gonna do well. I thought they looked really good on the Popcorn's first line, and obviously, you get moved to the second line, your life just gets easier. You're playing against the worst players. But I thought they looked really good on the Popcorn. They showed they were the only promise during that time of the team when Spooky Mount wasn't playing well. That was the only reason you'd watch a Popcorn game is to watch that first line go out there and play. So I'm confident in my guys that they can go out there and perform tonight. That's what they've done this season. I've seen them score 3 goals in a game. Moving to the second line, I just expect nothing but great things for them.
Yeah, should be an interesting one for tonight's matchup between the Blizzard and the Earthquake. Let's jump into the money lines. We're running a little short on time. Vegas favoring the Blizzard in this one. They got the Blizzard at -315, a little bit steep on the odds. Uh, Earthquake coming into this one +285. Obviously a brand new team though, so we could see an upset. Ferret, I would like to know your opinion on this game. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What did you think I'm gonna say? I mean, obviously, I'm picking my team to win. I look like a fool if I didn't. No, I gotta have confidence in my team. Obviously, I've been struggling. I haven't been the player that I should be. Hopefully, lining with TJF will kind of help me out a little bit. He'll provide some more support on the mental end as well. So I think we can get it done tonight and shock the BHL and get this big upset.
Yeah, I'm watching on that Ghostyferret fraud watch at the moment. I
Mm.
think the Blizzard are going to dominate this game on the first slide because Ghostyferret's on it. No, I'm actually kidding. I actually think the Earthquakes have a very good chance at winning this game tonight. Um, I think they have a chance to keep it close and maybe pull off an upset. Again, another close game in my eyes. Nixies has played really, really well in net for the Earthquakes, as well as Mimi in net for the Blizzard. Both these teams pretty even all throughout the lineup. It's going to come down to whether that second line of Dripski is going to be able to crack Nick and Quake, or Nick and Quake can continue their success that they showed on the Popcorn. But I think I'm going to have to go with the Blizzard on this one. It's going to be close again. It could go to overtime, but that's
That
just
hurts.
my opinion on things.
That hurts.
You're a fraud. It is
All
what
right.
it is.
All right. Well,
All right. Well, that'll wrap it up for our pregame edition of the desk. Obviously, Ferret, good luck in tonight's game.
thank you.
Best of luck to you. But we got 4 minutes until puck drop. Surge versus Popcorn. We're gonna send you on a break until then. So we will see you at 7. All right, Blockey Sports Network, we're back. A little bit of a quick intermission there, as we are about ready to drop the puck here in Nebraska. We have Sacramento on the away side, and Nebraska in their nice and shiny alternate uniforms. Look at the popcorn buckets on the ice. Very interesting design for their third uniforms. Obviously, it makes sense, you know, being the popcorn, you know, going with the classic white and red striped popcorn bucket. A little bit of yellow on top. A very nice addition to their jersey collection. I'm joined by Ghostyferret in the booth. He will also be reffing tonight's game.
Yep.
And Tucker is again still behind the camera as well.
Right. Yep.
But we're about to get underway here. BHCL game day number 7 is underway. And an interesting lineup as Arden B starting with Goriest. Farabee crossing it for little Ghostyferret. Blocked by Goriest. Farabee around Goriest, a save by Vasilevsky. A great glove save there by the Surge goaltender. It remains 0-0. interesting lineup choice here for the Surge. Arden B not really playing much and more of a bench player for the Surge, but he's getting first line minutes with Goriest. Obviously, they've seen something in their practice reps in order to go with them. Farabee winning the faceoff, but it's pinged away by the Surge and out of the zone. Both teams playing tennis with the puck a little bit as it shifts back and forth possession. Little Ghostyferret across for Farabee, cutting around Goriest, but a good ping there. Popcorn looking a strong start there as they are providing good offensive attack, but Arden B gets past Little Ghostyferret. A shot saved by Spooky Mount. He gloves the puck and plays it into the corner now. Arden B a nice pullback, trying to jam it in the short side, but unable to. Little Ghostyferret trying to get it across for Farabee, but a little bit too far. Goriest able to intercept. Little Ghostyferret up for Farabee, but it's hit away by Arden B. Farabee, though, providing a good forecheck, steals it from Arden B. Farabee in the corner. Diming it down low. Little Ghostyferret. Cutting. Nice cut there. Shot off the post. Arden B behind the net. Crossing it for Goriest. Goriest trying to dump it into the zone there, but it ends up out of play. A little bit of a shaky start for the Surge. Obviously, Arden B getting a shot there from the sideboards. Not very dangerous opportunity. Pretty save for any BHCL goaltender. Farabee walks around Arden B, but Goriest beats him to the puck. Nice pass out for Arden B, but a good ping from Little Ghostyferret. Goriest continuously trying to spring Arden B, but unable to. As Farabee gets it across for Little Ghostyferret, he's got a step, but Arden B able to get back on the back check. Good play there from the Surge. First line forward. Shot from Little Ghostyferret, saved by Vasilevsky. Similar shot to the first shot from Farabee. A 5-hole around the outside. But the goaltender has been up to the task. As Goriest tries to hit it up for Mikes. Farabee hits it away. Goriest crossing for Mikes, but again, the popcorn are right there and right on it. Nice ping from Little Ghostyferret. Gives the popcorn the puck. Farabee, a nice cross for Little Ghostyferret. A shot. It didn't have enough juice and was just a bit wide. Goriest hitting it up for Mikes, and he'll go for a line change. Mike's trying to get around Farabee, but he's unable to. Mike's trying to get it to the middle, but Spooky Mount clears it to the side. Farabee still on the ice here. Very long shift. A shot saved by Vasilevsky. What a save there as that puck was heading towards the net. And definitely heading in. It's cleared out by the Surge. Mike's across for Arden B. Maybe a bad line change there. Grimace now on the ice for the popcorn. Picked up off of trade from the Bagels for Discoof McGundy. Already finding himself in the starting lineup tonight. Maybe a little bit short on their starters are the popcorn. Arden B on the ice now. Shot saved by Spooky Mount. It appears the Surge are running a 3-man right now. As it's Goriest, Mikes, and Arden B. Goriest, a shot from deep, saved by Spooky Mount. Grimace clearing it up for Brandon. Brunlin taking the puck around the outside. Clear to the corner. And behind the net they go. Mikes looking for an outlet pass. Does dish it up, but Grimace is right there with a nice read. Goriest hitting it up. Dimes it across for Mikes and goes for a line change as Sacramento starts to get low on Stam. They obviously only have 3 players in their rotation right now. Grimace hits it across, but no one home. Arden B trying to put pressure on Little Ghostyferret. And the puck ends up out of play here.
No, it's really interesting that they decided to play Grimace because no Billy Bridge. He was, I believe, their 3rd-round pick, and just to not play your 3rd-round pick of the draft it's an interesting choice.
Yeah, to say the least. I believe he was the 4th-round pick, as it was in the 4th round, but definitely quite early for not being able to play one of your starters. Little Ghostyferret around Mike's, but Mike's able to recover. Obviously interesting to note that BirdoXD is on the bench for the Surge, but apparently he's not able to jump on as the Surge have been working the 3-man rotation between Gorius, Mikes, and Arden B. Farabee across for little Ghostyferret. Pinged by Gorius. Gorius trying to get it out of the zone there, but good forecheck from Farabee. Gorius will just end up behind the net. If you're the Surge here, you're just going to want to kill the time off as your stamina gets really, really low. Farabee walks around, shot, saved by Vasilevsky. Rebound, he pulls it back, it's another save. Little Ghostyferret from outside. He doesn't hit home. Gorius just going to kill the time behind his net. And that'll do it. That'll end our first period. A pretty even period nonetheless. It's 0-0 after 1.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I think we see a pretty close game between these two teams here. It's, obviously running a 3-man is not what you want to do. It really hurts your stamina management, especially late throughout the period. Is when I think that's when they got the best chance was late in that third period with a great play by Farabee. Unfortunately, he couldn't tuck one, but yeah, I think we've seen a pretty close game between these two teams here.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see how this game develops down the line. Obviously, running a 3-man can run into some issues stamina-wise. You might see some people run out of stamina on the ice and slow down to a walk, which can cause major, major issues because it pretty much gives the other team a free power play for a couple of seconds, a free 2-on-1.
Mm-hmm.
Should be interesting to hear what BirdoXD had to attend to as this game got away. I saw him warming up in warm-ups, but clearly not available for game time. Maybe pulled something in warm-ups and is unable to play.
Yeah, I mean, from the Minecraft side of things, Birdo's ping right now is 501. So that does explain why he's not playing. It's unfortunate, for the Surge because he is a great offensive player for this team. You could argue he's like, not the main offensive piece, but he is top 2 on this team when it comes to offensive choices. So for him to lag out, it just hurts this team because I think it could do great things against this Popcorn second line. It is a weak second line with not great players. Al, what are your thoughts on playing Grimace over Nobly Bridge? Because for me, I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I am continuously baffled by Brandon's decisions as owner.
Aren't we all?
As they go as they go along. So I mean it hasn't hurt them yet. Obviously when the second line steps on the ice, you can tell that the puck shifts towards the popcorn zone versus when the first line's on the ice. At least in this game, it's tilted more towards the Surge end when the popcorn first line is on the ice. So, I mean, that's kind of expected when you stack your top lines, like the popcorn do. But it's just an interesting decision. We'll see if it ends up biting them in the long run. Obviously, Grimace not the most experienced player, and he was like the 10th man on the Bagels. So, interesting to start him on the second line.
Say when it came to the Bagels, he wasn't even drafted. He was signed in free agency. Yeah. So the fact that he gets traded and he's getting playing time over a 4th-round pick, and Brad said he wanted to line with him, which is what I just don't understand the move.
Face-off underway for the second period as Farabee wins it back to himself. Pinged away by Gorius. Mikes will retreat and take it back in his own end, but turns it over. Dangerous pullback there, and Farabee reads it well, but he's unable to get a scoring chance out of it as Mike sits it to the corner. Farabee looking to dish it back to little Ghostyferret, but it's hit away by Gorius. Mike's trying to hit it up. Farabee gets by Mike's for the moment, almost. Ends up hitting it on his own goal as Mike's, but it crawls just wide. He's able to clear the zone now. Mike's trying to push the pace as the Surge immediately line change. Running that 3-man as effectively as they can. Little Ghostyferret, great ping from Arden B. Allows Mike's to have some room. A shot goes wide. Little Ghostyferret pinged by Mike's. Good forecheck here from the Surge. We haven't really seen much of this first line of the Popcorn in their defensive zone. Little Ghostyferret clears it out for Farabee. Ton of space now, but Gorius pings it away. That EU ping So late and delayed. Farabee probably thought he was gone there, but Gorius with that delayed ping, able to ping it away. Little Ghostyferret pinged by Gorius, but Farabee almost a chance the other way on a breakaway, but he's swatted from behind by the Surge. Ardenby with a nice play there. Ardenby with a good clear as the second line hops on the ice for the popcorn. Brunlin getting by Gorius, trying to pass it to the middle. Brunlin, a shot saved by Vasilevsky. Gorius the other way, a shot from deep, saved by Spooky Mount. Two good saves from both goaltenders at either end.
I mean, that was an impressive play from Brandon, just kind of walk through that defense with Gorius on the ice. I mean, we never see that out of him anymore because, he is washed up, but good play from Brandon there to generate a good chance.
Yeah, from my eyes, Gorius has looked very, very shaky this game. He does not look like his normal self on the ice. He looks like he's backing off too much, doesn't have the pings he normally does. Obviously, he still has those delayed pings as usual, but they haven't been as crazy as normal. Obviously, taken in the first round, you're supposed to be good. Mike's a shot from a sharp angle, but an easy save there for Spooky Mount. Brunlin whiffing on the puck there. He tries to pass it across, but no one home. Ooh, Grimace pokes it away from Mike's. He's also had a pretty rough game as well. Surge have struggled to keep their opponents from maintaining possession for long periods of time. I feel like Popcorn have been all over them. They've had like 2 or 3 hits with the puck, and immediately it's poked away by the Popcorn. Mike's poked away by Brandon. Trying to cross it, but no one home. Grimace crossing, but it's pinged away by Mike's. Mike's a nice pass for R&B. A shot saved by Spooky Mount. Easily the best chance for Sacramento so far, as Grimace there overcommitting allows R&B with a free shot, but Spooky Mount saves the day once again. Gorius a shot saved blocked by Little Ghostyferret. Gorius hitting it behind his net now. Surge start to get tired in the stamina department. Farabee hitting it back for Little Ghostyferret. Now they try to cross it. Big hit by Farabee. Farabee walks in. Shot! It's gloved down by Vasilevsky before he can get the shot away.
I don't think you understand how big that save actually was, Al. From my perspective, It looked like he was walking right around Vasilevsky, and a great glove by Chokington to snag that. Also, a little bit, potentially a missed call by the referee to even lead to that chance.
Yeah. Player was hit out of the way on that one. Referee determined it was on puck, though, so we play on. Farabee cuts past Mike's. A shot, it goes just wide. He had room to look at, but Farabee unable to put it home. Farabee has looked fantastic this game. Cuts to the middle. It's pinged away by Gorius, though. Both players chase into the corner as Farabee trying to win it away, but Gorius hitting it behind the net. This is probably killing the Surge stamina. Mike's hitting it to the corner. Ends up along the boards, but he's unable to clear. Farabee a shot from a tight angle, but a save there from Chokington. Mike's on 7 stam. He's about to run out of sprints. Little Ghostyferret for Farabee. It's blocked. Farabee hitting it out to the neutral zone. Little Ghostyferret right back in. Surge running out of stam problems here. R&B hitting it up for Gorius. Farabee crossing for R&B. Pinged away by Little Ghostyferret. A shot just goes wide. Gorius clearing the zone, though, with 3 seconds remaining. And that'll do it for this period. Still 0-0. Both teams trading a couple more shots this period. Sacramento up on the shot department. It's 0-0 after 2.
Hot take, I think that if Berto XD isn't lagging out on the bench or whatever is going on, Sacramento's up maybe 2-3 goals in this game right now.
I mean,
He's got 83 ping now. It looks like his ping is fixed.
You could say that, but Spooky Mount is a great goaltender, and it could, even if he is in the lineup, it could very well still be 0-0, as we've just seen a slow game. I mean, I didn't expect this to, be a high-scoring game between these two teams. It is two very low-scoring teams, two very defensive-dependent teams. But I mean, this is kind of what I expected going into the game. Both goalies have looked good so far, making the saves they need to make. Chokington making some very good saves to keep his game into the game, to keep his team into the game. Jesus. But it's just, this is kind of what I expected. I mean, obviously, both teams having great chances. Grimace overcommitting and giving the R&B a great chance, but he just can't capitalize. It just, for me, it seems like Gorius and Mike's are kind of struggling. They're playing with fear, I would say. They're kind of scared to really do anything because I feel like they think if they mess up, then it's just a goal. Which you can't. Obviously, it sucks to play like that, and you can't play like that. You need to try to make chances on your own when you're on a team like this.
Yeah, it's just such a peculiar game so far. No goal scoring. I mean, I guess you can expect this coming in with, one of the worst teams in the league and the other team not being offensive powered at all. Which team do you guys think takes this home in the third period, or possibly do we see overtime?
I just feel like with the pace the game is going, we're going to see overtime at this rate. And I mean, I do think the Nebraska Popcorn will take this game. I really do believe that. Griffin has looked, or Farabee, he has looked great this game. I think this is his best game of the season besides the Otters game. Even then, in the Otters game, he didn't score. It just looks like he's due for a goal here, man.
ohLuvv, do you have any thoughts on who's going to win this game?
Yeah, I hope Berto comes back for the third period. See a little bit of more of a competitive game, not just Nebraska running around in Sacramento's zone and then playing good defense, but then getting tired and not having anything, to contribute to the offense. But I think Sacramento might still come out on top, even if Berto doesn't show up.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the game I expected coming into this matchup. Both goalies standing on their head, keeping it 0-0. It's going to be which goalie cracks first in this one. Third period about to get underway here. Here's winner 16, the backup goaltender for your Sacramento Surge is playing skater.
Interesting.
They need that fifth skater pretty badly, apparently. Winner backup goaltender is Farabee, tries to walk around, but Gorius hits it away. They're going to have to rely on Gorius here a lot. Obviously, winner 16, a backup goaltender, not usually a skater. Winner 16 chasing the puck. Little Ghostyferret.
Oh my god.
Gorius hitting it up for winner 16 as the commentary booth gets excited as he has a chance to head in on goal.
Guys, I would love to see a winner 16 goal. It would be absolutely amazing.
I mean, it would be amazing, but I'm just not sure if I agree with this decision. I'm not going to lie. Not sure if I agree with this.
It should be. Usually when this happens in the BHL, you get a player who's not the most quality ever, and he gets a chance on the ice. You always want to see them score, the classic underdog Cinderella story. Farabee hitting it across for Little Ghostyferret. Nice pass there, but a good poke check from Gorius. Little Ghostyferret heads all the way back in his zone. Interesting P3 there. Gorius a shot. It's gloved down by Spooky Mount. Well, it's going to be offside, though. It is still offside as winner has yet to tag up. Little Ghostyferret hits it out, though, and winner will tag. Farabee trying to hit it to the middle, but it's hit away by winner 16. Gorius across for winner 16, but Little Ghostyferret intercepts. Now Farabee in the middle of the ice cuts, I feel like, the wrong direction there. Cuts towards the Gorius, and it's hit away to the corner. Winner 16 hops off on the bench as Mike's hits it out of, or Gorius hits it out of play, and will go change.
I'm not sure if I mean, Farabee cutting right there is brutal. It looked like he had a really good shot if you P3 that from there, and I just don't agree with him cutting.
I agree there too. I think if he did cut, I think he should have cut to the outside.
Mm-hmm.
But R&B and Mike's now the second line versus Grimace and Brunlin. Smart decision here by the Surge to try to cash in on the second line, put their best scoring threat in R&B at the current moment on the ice. Mike's gets past Brunlin. Now in the corner. Surge's second line has to cash in on the weakness. Otherwise, the Popcorn might be able to cash in on the Surge's first line weakness with winner 16. Mike's behind the net. Pressured heavily by Grimace here and struggling to clear, but Mike's eventually gets it out. Trying to hit it up for R&B, but it's hit away by Brunlin. Mike's hitting it up the boards. It ends up into the zone. Brunlin able to clear momentarily, but R&B a shot saved by Spooky Mount. R&B drags it to the middle. He has a chance in front. It's hit away by Brunlin. Mike's a shot. It's hit away by Brunlin again. R&B right back in. A shot. It goes just wide. Surge putting it all out. Pressure here versus this Popcorn second line. Mike's trying to cross it for Gorius. It might be just a bit too far as Grimace hits it back into the corner. R&B, a shot! Saved by Spooky Mount! Pull back, it's cleared by Farabee. Farabee cutting to the middle. It's hit away by Gorius. As both teams line change for their first lines. Gorius behind the net now. Gorius trying to hit it up the boards, but Farabee right there in response. So Gorius will retreat and try yet again. This time he's able to work it past as he gets a bit aggressive there. Interesting play from the defenseman, obviously not with the greatest line mate. Obviously these two have definitely not chemmed with each other in scrims. There's a nice poke check for Winner 16. A shot saved by Spooky Mount. Winner 16 hitting it back for Gorius, but Jaden will just take over. It's pinged away by Gorius though. Farabee across for little Ghostyferret. He has it back for Farabee. Farabee looking for a shot, but a good poke check from Winner 16. The Popcorn were able to complete that quicker. They had a better chance. What a ping from Gorius as Farabee was looking to head in alone. Winner 16 up the ice. It's cleared to the corner by little Ghostyferret. Hit across ice as Winner 16 will poke check it away and head to the bench.
Winner
Gorius still on the ice
16
there.
really put in the work that shift.
We obviously have a Winner 16 fan in the booth as Farabee retreats into his own end. Kind of just P3s it into nowhere. Mike's had an opportunity to turn around, but he didn't. Mike's hitting it up. Farabee crossing again to pretty much no one. It ends up in the zone. Brandon behind the net. Trying to hit it in front, but R&B hitting to the middle. R&B trying to walk around Farabee. Unable to. Mike's a shot from deep. It's gloved down by Spooky Mount. Didn't really have the juice.
I wonder if we're going to see a TO here.
It's got to be for the Popcorn, right?
Yeah. I mean, so far I don't
to.
see anything in chat, but I feel like if you're the Popcorn, you need a TO here to get your first line on the ice because clearly they can hang, and they've shown that they've been a bit better than the Surge first line, even when it's at full strength. And it doesn't look like they're going to TO. Okay.
Interesting decision because this second line got absolutely cooked last time they were on the ice against this R&B Mike's combo. Mike's pulling it back. Pinged away by Brunlin. Nice ping from Brunlin. Almost walks in alone, but R&B able to recover. Mike's hitting it up for Grimace. Brandon a shot from deep. It's stopped by Chokington. Little Ghostyferret back on the ice. They get Jaden back on the ice quickly. Across for Brunlin, but he's not there. Mike's clearing the zone. Both teams like content with that overtime point as Brandon sends in a shot that was easily steered away. Brandon another P3. It's blocked by Mike's. The second line having a better shift. Obviously, as little Ghostyferret hopped onto the ice there to help out at the end. But again, 0-0. We head to OT with no score.
I mean, hey, congrats to the Popcorn getting their first point on the season. Some people didn't think it would happen, but here we are. They have a point. They are in overtime.
Yeah, Nebraska picking up their first point on the year. Congrats, Nebraska. You've done it. You're on the scoreboard in terms of points. You won't be scoreless per se. Let's see if they can get their first win though in the column as well.
Let's see. I mean, I don't want to say that we wouldn't be going to overtime if they called it TO, but we've had a much better chance of not going into overtime if they called that TO. Obviously, it looks like they're going to start Mike's and Gorius as well. So,
yeah, again, very interesting decision making by management of the Popcorn, but I digress. It turned out pretty well though. The shift wasn't terrible. They did get some chances at the end of the period. albeit they weren't very great and were from very far out.
Yeah, I mean, I I feel like we've just been bashing on the popcorn management like this whole game, but they continue to show why it hasn't been good and why they are winless. I see Grimace lagging around a little bit on the ice, it seems like, and they still won't play Nobly Bridge. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Any thoughts on overtime winners predictions?
I mean, I want to stick with my gut and say the popcorn, so I'm just gonna stick with my gut. Fairby. I just hope the popcorn don't let me down. I am rooting for them. I want to see them get their first win on the season, and I do think they can do it here tonight.
Ferret,
ohLuvv,
yeah, sorry, just wanted to give some input on Brandon's decision making. He's like 3 steps ahead of you, Ferret. I know you don't understand, but he's been a GM longer than you ever have been. All right. I also have no clue what he's doing, but hey, he's also been a GM longer than I've been a GM.
That's true. You do have a good point there. I can't remember many of his tenures, being successful. He obviously has 0 rings. But he does have the longevity in the management point, so you do have a good argument there.
And that was all my input I wanted to give. Thank you guys.
Who's your OT winner? I'm curious.
Oh, my OT winner? Obviously winner 16.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Winner 16, overtime winner for the Sacramento Surge. You heard it here first. Anyways, face-off about to get underway for overtime. Let's hope we don't go into 4 overtimes. Again. Fairby, hit away by Mike's. Both teams deciding to top stack their first lines. Obviously, the popcorn first line has looked really good all game. Surge got to step it up, though. Gorius back on the forward side of things now as he forechecks the zone, dishing it behind the net. Given a lot of space here. Nice pullback. Tries to jam it in short side, but it hits the post. Oh, Fairby now has them caught on a break. It's a 2-on-1. Fairby across for little Ghostyferret. It's pinged away at the last possible second. I'm not sure who got a piece of it. It might have been both players. But a nice ping on that P3 regardless. Mike's into the zone. Has a pass out. Gorius the shot. It's blocked. Would have been offsides anyways. Gorius pulling it back. Curve there. Almost curves it into Fairby, giving away a chance. Gorius a shot. He scores. What a goal from Gorius, sneaking it in the short side, and the Surge win 1-0.
I mean, from my point of view, from my POV, it didn't look like he had an angle on that shot. But I mean, what can I see clearly is he just sneaks it by Spooky Mount. That was a great shot from Gorius, and well, looks like my prediction was wrong. The Nebraska Popcorn have once again let me down and dropping this game in overtime.
Yeah, I knew Sacramento was taking it the whole time. As I said, Gorius OT winner. As I said. But yeah, I'm happy to see them come out with that as they were playing 3-man the whole game.
Yeah, that's also a big win for them. Is I believe that puts them in a playoff spot now, dropping the Marshmallows, unfortunately, down to the second elimination spot.
Yep, that is indeed correct. Sacramento picking up their second win on the season. Obviously, Nebraska does fall to still winless, but they do pick up an overtime point here. So they do have 1 point on the scoreboard. Maybe big down the stretch if they're able to rally a couple wins together, but we've yet to see that from this team. Anyways, we have about 15 or so minutes till the next game. I will not be back for game 2 or 3, so we will be handing things off the play-by-play for the money. You've heard him before. We have about 15 minutes. They might decide to do a segment in between or whatnot. We do have a lot of time in between intermissions, but if not, go make a meal real quick, heat something up in the microwave, get something to drink, run down to the local grocery store, grab something real quick, do a quick sprint. But yeah, Ghostyferret chuckling at that one because he would never.
He can't. He's not even physically able to do that.
Go grab yourself a nice big bag
and
and a slushie and just
All right.
show him the night.
All right.
Naming
Anyways.
every activity you can do in 15 minutes.
Anyways, we will send you on a break for now. We'll see you in 15-ish minutes.
All right, and we're live. Hello, hello. I am Demoni, joined by my color commentator Vasilevsky, and we are here for Game 2 of Week 3 of BHCL. This is going to be a repeat of the first game of the season. The Blue Ridge Blizzard taking on the New York Bagels. That matchup ended 5-1. Vasilevsky, what have you seen from the Blizzard so far since that matchup?
You know, I've seen, obviously in the first matchup, we didn't see Dripsky for the side of the Blue Ridge Blizzard, and he's really been the promising player out of this team. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's the second in goals, and the only person ahead of him is his own teammate. Obviously, speaking of that teammate, EXO, he's been on a a heater recently, you know, just scoring on all cylinders. Although they've had kind of an easier schedule compared to other teams, but it's still important to pick up these wins.
Yeah, Dripsky, the leader in points per game on the season, with 13 points in 6 games, just over 2 points per game. Youppi and Akuzo both 2 points per game. They landed in the number 1 and number 2 spots respectively on player rankings. Puck drop is underway as Youppi wins it forward. Trying to get past Akuzo, he can't. He's forced back into his own blue line. Siphon will pressure. Siphon on Youppi. He'll successfully defend the line. He gets more. Siphon's in. A shot is easily turned aside by Pandaman. He'll ping it up for Youppi. He gets past Akuzo to enter the zone. Doesn't get much in terms of a chance offensively, as it's pinged out to neutral ice. Emdravel fighting it forward. Youppi in the neutral zone, pulling it back, looking for the P3. Akuzo blocks that one down from long range. Youppi still with it. He's excellent in maintaining zone rebounds. He'll send one back for his line mate, Emdravel. Youppi dancing through the neutral zone. Caught by Siphon, but Siphon can't get anything going. Here's Youppi back in his own zone. Behind his own net, a minute left. It's been all bagels. Except for Siphon registering a shot. But possession-wise, it's been all bagels. Dripski down the ice. Getting through Tango, but excellent ping there to keep the play alive for the bagels. Tango. Up for Youppi. Alex and R joins Dripski on the Blue Ridge second line. Dripski trying to evade Youppi, who should be a little low on stam here. Tango getting one out. Youppi taking it up the neutral zone, and he'll change for Top Rages. Alex and R back in the Blue Ridge zone. Cross ice for Dripski. He'll take it up the neutral zone. Poor play there, though, as Tango will easily retrieve that puck. Alex and R's successful forecheck to force Tango to act. Tango now. Dripski trying to get past him. He can't. Tango, what a move. Getting to Top Rages, but Alex and R is there to make the ping. Tango. Looking for Top Rages on the boards, doesn't get it. Alex and R's pass unsuccessful as Top Rages. Immediate pressure forces that puck into Bagel's possession. Akuzo and Siphon back on the ice. Top Rages. Great pressure on Akuzo, but he wins it back. Akuzo, great recovery. Top Rages getting it back for Tango. Tango unable to stop Akuzo, but Akuzo, thankfully, for the Bagels, whiffs on it. Puck is forced back into the Blue Ridge zone. Top Rages comes away with it in the corner, tries the inverse curve, but cannot get the second hit off. Top Rages up to the point for Youppi, drags it back. Was looking for that P3, I believe, but Top Rages was offside. Emdravel will wait at the blue line for it. Youppi looking to get around Siphon. Siphon poke checks him successfully. Siphon's in. Has a break. Saved by Panda Man. Puck is hit out for Akuzo. Akuzo for Siphon at the point. Takes it to the boards. Youppi successfully clearing the zone. Almost gets a 2-on-1 for the Bagels, but Siphon yet again. He's been incredible defensively, guarding the best player in the league. Cross ice for Akuzo. Up for Siphon. Narrowly misses the one-timer. Youppi defending him. Siphon now. Gets it back for Dripski. And Siphon will change for Alex and R as the Blizzard's second line takes action here late in the first. Dripski getting it away from Youppi. Has it in neutral ice. Kind of fumbles it a little bit. Youppi gets one up for Emdravel. His P3 dies in the chest of Alex and R. Youppi defending against Dripski now. We have not seen a stoppage yet this period. Interesting. Youppi getting it up the ice. Past Dripski, but Alex and R. What a ping. He's the other way. Shoots. What a glove by Panda Man. Robs him at the line. Drops it for Tango. These teams just refuse to get a stoppage here. Tango getting around Mimi, but Alex and R forcing it to the corner to prevent a shot. And a sure goal as Mimi was very far out of his net. Tango in the corner with it. 13 seconds remain for the Bagels. Can they get one on? Tango, 5 seconds. Seems to be killing time. Last-ditch P2 out of the zone, and almost a penalty there by Dripski as he whacks Tango twice, but that will be it for the first period. We remain scoreless. Thoughts so far, Chokington, on how the Bagels have managed to, or how the Blizzard have managed to outdo the Bagels?
Yeah, honestly, right now, I think the faster paced game favors like the Blue Ridge Blizzard. They're such a high tempo team, always ready to attack the puck. And honestly, I thought that they've just been beating everybody the pucks. Obviously, Siphon has been absolutely amazing to start this game. Just locking down Youppi on the boards whenever he gets an opportunity. And, you know, Siphon, he's not the last line of defense, but he sure as hell is a line of defense to get through. And that's something you got to keep an eye on. I wonder if we're gonna see Youppi trying to maybe abuse the center of the ice, because I feel like Siffin's leaving that kind of open.
Yeah, I agree. Thoughts on how the Bagels can improve their game so far, ohLuvv?
Yeah, the Bagels looking very underwhelming. I think Youppi's doing a little bit too much. Siffin's reading him very, very well on the forecheck in the neutral zone. I think he just needs to simplify his game a little bit and try and get some more shots on net, because obviously you cannot score if you don't shoot.
Something I've noticed is Emdrevel, Youppi's line mate, has really just had a lack of a role here in this first period. I wonder if they changed that going into the second period, as I haven't really seen Youppi pass a whole lot or try to use his line mate.
Yeah, he's kind of taking the puck himself. And normally, you know, he will try to create a 2-on-1 opportunity for him and his teammate, and then dish that puck if he's given the chance. But yeah, as you said, haven't seen much of that that period. Hoping to see more of it this game, as the Bagels need to definitely do something to turn this around. The Blue Ridge Blizzard, in my opinion, have all the momentum going into the second period.
I agree. And we haven't discussed the second line matchups yet, but from what I've seen, it's been relatively even, with Tango and Top Rages getting pretty, fair possession time when going up against Dripsky, the Blizzard leading scorer, and Alex Nar, one of their best defenders. Pure defenders, I should say. Thoughts on that before we... I don't think we'll have time.
Yeah, I don't think we do either.
Yeah,
NT,
we got 5 seconds. Yeah, NT. Face-off commencing. Second period is underway. Siphon wins it forward. Puck is back for Youppi. Youppi in his own zone, looking to take it up the far boards. Gets around Siphon, but unable to finish, as I believe Siphon got his body in the way of that crit chain. Youppi back out to center ice. Has Emdrevel open. They're both just guarding Youppi. A shot and a save by Mimi. Excellent glove.
Mimi. Yeah, that's one of those gloves that you expect a goalie to make. You need him to make, and he makes it. Mitch Mimi has been a solid goalie the last couple seasons. Nothing above average. Nothing below average. Has been a good goalie. And he looks to continue that and get any better, especially against Youppi.
I agree. That puck was definitely going into his hitbox, but still the type of gloves that you want to see your goalies make at this high of a level. Youppi still with possession, has yet to pass it, but really has yet to turn it over either. Here's Siphon. He's in. Hits the post. I do apologize for the gap in commentary there. My game lagged, but here's Youppi now. Trying to get past Siphon. Siphon holds him at the line. Holding him in the corner too here. Youppi gets away from him. Finally has a 2-on-1. Trying to curve around Akuzo, but bad decision there, as Akuzo's just able to ping that all the way back into the Blizzard zone. Akuzo now gets beat on the boards. Youppi has Siphon to beat. He beats him. Youppi's in. He hits the far post. He's back in the corner with it. Akuzo on him. Youppi able to get away from it. Hits the P3, but that's off the side of the net. Youppi now has it in the neutral zone, but it's paying out a play by Siphon. Youppi certainly looks a lot better individually, but he's still not really utilizing Emdrevel on his line. Any thoughts on that?
I think he's just setting up the pass in the later periods. There's no way he's just not at all looking at his teammate.
Yeah, you have to think, oh, here's Top Rages with a shot! Cleared away by Mimi. Expert reaction time by Mimi to clear that one off the crease. Here's Top Rages breaking into the zone. Back for Tango. Whiffs on the P3. Dripsky has a break. He scores! Dripski gets the first of the game for the Blizzard. Oh, that was a Tango own goal.
Wow.
Not what you want to see if you're the Bagels here.
Absolutely integral goal there. A beautiful goal from Dripski. Tango might have had credit for it, but it was all Dripski. I mean, he just absolutely read the whiff off of Tango, took it back the other way. Nobody had his back, and it was just him and the goalie, and he doesn't miss those. You'll never see Dripski miss those, and he capitalizes. 1-0 for the Blizzard. That has to sting for the Bagels, right?
Yeah. I really hate to say it, but Panda Man not really getting that too much help there, as most of the shots he's faced have been breakaways or something of the sort. Here's Dripski again, can't get past Tango at center ice. Tango now, behind his own net, his own offensive net, I should say. Trying to evade Alexanar's pressure. He's not able to make anything happen. Here's Alexanar. Tango bringing it out of the Bagels zone. Dripski now with it. In his own zone. Alexanar breaking it out for Dripski. Dripski beats Tango, but it's forced back into the corner. Dripski now, excellent ping by Tango. Springs top rages. Top rages, can he beat Alexanar? He beats him into the zone, but it's whacked into the boards. Top rages freeing it from the corner, but hits the side of the net. Surveying his options here, cuts to the front, but it's panged away by Alexanar. Akuzo taking it. Alexanar will change for Siphon. First line on here for Blue Ridge. Youppi breaking past Siphon into the Blizzard zone. He'll snake around the net. Can't get a shot off. Looked like he was gonna try and pass it, but Siphon got to that puck first. Siphon looking for more, but can't get past him. Youppi's in. Saved by Mimi. Emdravel keeps that one in. Akuzo freeing it from the corner. Pulls it back. Surveying his options. Akuzo very good at setting his own pace for the game. Don't you agree, Chokington?
Yeah, EXO's always
here's
been good
Youppi.
at that. Oh my goodness. EXO's always been good at that throughout his career. He's always been the dictator of the pace. Youppi's only been realistically the only one to test that. And Penley to a degree. Obviously going back to last season's finals.
I agree. Akuzo. Oh, sorry. Did you have more?
No, not right now. This is going to save it for the intermission.
Akuzo, one of the best passers in the league. Though he did lead the league in goals last season as well.
He did,
so he's,
right.
He is certainly an offensive threat.
Well, obviously the best passer in the league is TJF 101.
Oh, that's so true. Prime time, they call him.
We'll see him next
Tango.
game.
We will see him next game. Stay tuned if you want to watch TJF 101 put on a masterclass. Here's Youppi. Has a shot. Saved by Mimi. Pinged out for Dripski. Dripski trying to get it past Tango. And that puck is sent out of play. Dripski been a little quiet this game.
Yeah, I mean, he got a
what were you gonna
goal. Dripski had a goal, but
yeah.
I mean, I do kind of agree with you. He hasn't really
Possession-wise.
Possession-wise, yeah, he hasn't really done much. Although, to his credit, he's very good at capitalizing on the opportunities he gets. So I feel like he doesn't need much possession to capitalize.
I do agree. 2-on-1 for the Bagels. Tango takes it himself, but that's a save by Mimi. Akuzo trying to get the pass over for Dripski, but he whiffs on it. She'll send it backwards. Dripski there to recover. Dripski's pass fails as Tango gets a stick on it. 4 seconds left. Dripski will just send it into the corner, and the Blizzard will kill this period off. 1-0 after 2 in favor of the underdog team. Bagels did dominate the shot clock there, though, with the Blizzard only registering 1 shot that period, and the Bagels registering a staggering 8 shots. Still, though, the score remains in favor of Blue Ridge.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on how the Bagels can improve their finishing?
This Bagels team reminds me of the Freedom regular season last season, where they weren't really scoring much, but they have the pieces to be dangerous. And I feel like we've seen parts of that. We've seen parts of this team be really good, but we're just not seeing it consistently. I feel like I mentioned this earlier, that I feel like Youppi's setting up he's setting up the Blizzard to just be so fixated on him carrying the puck that he's going to pass it to Emderville. But I don't know when that's coming. I don't know if it's coming, because it's getting to the late stages of the game where you need like any goal right now for a point. Points are going to be crucial going into the later half of the season. Obviously, I don't think the Bagels are going to be on the bottom half of the standings, but you can get a bye into the semifinals, and that's always big for teams. Going back to the game though, the Blizzard just look, obviously they got dominated in shots that period. Mimi has looked incredible, made a few just huge saves, 2-on-1s. Tango in the later half of the period, Youppi earlier in the period, and obviously EXO, Dripsky, Siphon, all these guys, Alex and R, they're all playing really well right now.
I agree. I especially want to put a spotlight on Siphon, who, despite a couple defensive lapses being bailed out by Mimi that period, he looked insane to start the first period, just absolutely clamping up Youppi at every opportunity.
I agree with you 100%. I think Siphon's really starting to prove his worth for this Blizzard team. He was their second round draft pick, so you expect a lot out of him, but right now he's looking really good. He's looking like he is a second round draft pick.
Yeah.
And that's what the Blizzard were going for out of this draft. They're looking for the future. They're looking to make the playoffs, but they're looking to make noise in the playoffs. Getting a player like Siphon. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Dude, Siphon, that pick raised a lot of question marks about Akuzo's decision making with the draft.
Oh yeah, 100%. I do agree with you on that one.
All right, face-off underway. Sorry to cut you off there. I know you had more to say, but
It's okay.
there is hockey to be played. Siphon now. Taking it up the boards, beat by Youppi. Emderville now taking it. Seems like his first touches all game. Siphon getting past Youppi on the boards, but beat from behind. Youppi in the corner with it. Surveying his options. He'll kill a little time there, as Youppi will push it into the Blizzard zone. Beats Akuzo behind the net. Youppi trying to get a sneaky shot short side from behind. Almost looked like the Michigan there, but clearly not a shot we've seen yet to be successful. Emderville springs Youppi, or at least tries to, as Siphon and Akuzo get back quick. Akuzo up for Siphon, almost beats Youppi, but puck is sent back for Akuzo. Pandaman pinging it out to Youppi. Youppi struggles to free it from the corner as Akuzo has an unrelenting forecheck. Sends it back for Siphon at the center ice line. Emderville gets a P3 off. That hits the post. Akuzo now. Up the ice, 2-on-1. Beats Emderville. Has a P3. He scores! Akuzo! From way downtown. 2-0 Blue Ridge.
Assisted by Mimi.
Mimi assist. It's what you love to see. Goalies that can stop 10 shots in a row and get an assist.
That was a absolutely wonderful play from Blue Ridge, capitalizing on the mistake from Emderville, who had an excellent shot, went off the post. Scoring opportunity gotten for the Bagels, and that one was on the line. You know, it could have gone either way, maybe a little bit to the left, and that one goes in. But Emderville made the mistake, chasing behind the net, created the 2-on-1, created the position that Youppi was stuck in, and EXO with a perfectly placed shot, just right through Panaman. It's 2-0.
Tango really trying to make something happen, but both him and Top Rage is getting 2v1 by Dripski in their own zone. Dripski coming away with it, gets a pass out to Alex and R. It's too far. Alex and R up the near boards. Dripski will dump it into the zone. Tango with it. Has it pulled back by Dripski. Dripski pulls the rug out to Alex and R, but can't get the shot off. Alex and R, challenged by Top Rages, has to just send it up, and that's on the stick of Tango. Tango trying to beat Dripski. He does, but sends it too far. Alex up the near boards. Once again on the stick of Tango, who gets his pass out, but Alex and R anchoring in his own zone to stop that opportunity for Top Rages. Tango now. Along the boards as the Bagels will get a change. Youppi almost sprung for a breakaway. He'll beat Dripski. Can't beat Alex and R though. Dripski one-on-one with Emdravel, but Emdravel will smother that chance as Youppi trying to get around Akuzo. Forced to the corner. Youppi now. Can't quite backcheck on Akuzo as he'll get a shot off that dies in traffic. Youppi the other way. Gets through Siphon. The puck is sent wide by Akuzo. Great backcheck there by the Blizzard. Youppi now. Up for Emdravel. Gets a pass out to the middle of the ice for Youppi. Dangerous chance there. But once again, Akuzo getting a stick on it. Youppi. Good move. Good shot. Good goal. Youppi. It's a one-goal game for the Blizzard. Or the... Yes. The Bagels. The Blizzard.
Bagels,
One-goal game.
Either
way.
Yeah. Great pass from Emdravel. Better finish from Youppi, though.
Real quick, everybody watching on stream, I apologize for the instant replays not working. I've been trying to get it fixed, that's why I keep seeing that. But hopefully they're back for game 3.
He's going to generate those opportunities. I feel like, obviously, I've realized this earlier, but it's, the Bagels game plan of just not passing isn't working right now, and that's a good way to break that habit for the Blue Ridge Blizzard.
That was an excellent move by Youppi to thwart Akuzo and Mimi there, as New York finally breaks through. They'll have to do it They'll have to do it again to stay in this game. Here's Akuzo breaking into the Bagels zone. Youppi getting it out. Pass Siphon. Bad mistake there. Youppi's in alone. He shoots off the post and in. The Bagels get 2 quick ones, and it's a tie game.
Wow. They're absolutely crushed, are the Blue Ridge Blizzard on the ice. 1 minute, 2 minutes left in this game, up by 2. They've looked dominant the entire game, and they just flipped the switch, and it's a tie game. Wow. Everything that could have gone right for the Blizzard have gone right in the last, I guess, 30 seconds.
The Bagels.
For the Bagels, yeah.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, the
I know,
Bagels.
two B teams. Oh,
They've called timeout.
officials timeout. I believe the Bagels called a timeout. They're gonna ice this game with Youppi and Tango, or try to not ice the game, but they're gonna give themselves the best shot at ending this in regulation by putting Youppi and Tango out and stacking this first line.
I like that. They're counter stacking against Dripski and Exo, which has been a dominant line all season long. It's really gonna test it right now. Panaman looking to get locked in. Mitch Mimi looking to get locked in. Face off back underway.
I honestly prefer Dripski and Exo here, with Exo playing defense. If Exo has a forward who could score, it is a deadly combination for even the best players like Youppi and Tango.
I
Here's
agree.
Dripski in the corner, trying to cut around, but can't do so. Good recovery, but it's forced out. Dripski along the boards, forces it back into the corner. Blizzard were offside. They still are somehow. Youppi getting around Dripski. Akuzo beats him. Dripski one-on-one with Tango. Along the boards, Dripski unable to generate anything there. Tango sends it up for Youppi. And he'll ISO with Akuzo. Akuzo successfully defends him. Youppi still with possession, though. One of Youppi's biggest strong suits is his ability to just keep possession in his favor. He really does not make too many turnovers. Here's Youppi, 2-on-1. Over for Tango! Tango whiffs on the P3. A terrible turn of events for the Bagels. Youppi getting past Akuzo, hits the post. Youppi off the rebound, he scores. 15 seconds left, and the Bagels take the lead.
And the stare down to EXO right after the goal, too.
Ice cold.
3 goals unanswered for the Bagels. A heartbreaker.
It's unfortunate because the Blizzard really haven't done anything wrong, and Youppi hasn't exactly changed his play style. Blizzard taking another timeout. But as I was saying, Youppi really just has turned up his game here in this third period.
Some might say
Wow.
the cold wind has shifted in the other direction, and the Blizzard are melting.
Wow. That line might make me really upset later.
Oh, the Blizzard
can't-
will pull.
Can't say any more about that on stream, but it might make me really upset later. They're looking for the classic maybe the Bandits play at ohLuvv.
Yeah, maybe
Pulling
a
it back
Bandits play.
in Huskies left or right.
That's the Bandits play, not the Huskies, but
Alex and R up for Akuzo. Akuzo for Dripski. Pang away by Youppi. 10 seconds. Still time. Youppi looking to kill it. And it looks like he will. He'll get an empty netter.
Dripski
own
owned
4
goal.
goals for Youppi in this third period. Oh, it's an own goal. Still, it counts.
Wow.
Hey, they don't ask how, they ask how many.
A terrible third period collapse for the Blizzard, as they will have the season series swept by the Bagels.
Wow. A heartbreaker of a game. I don't know how many times I have to mention a heartbreaking game for the Blue Ridge Blizzard. If you're a Blizzard fan, that's a tough
Really
one.
feeling for purpled right now.
Really feeling for purple right now. A tragic loss. And I'm saying that there's no time. There's no time for two. Should be impossible.
It will be. Dripski blatantly taking an FO. Youppi shaking his head in disapproval as the Bagels will come all the way back in just one period to take this one 2-0. Not in just one period, and just I believe they scored their first goal at 1:45 left in the game.
Sounds about right. The handshakes after.
So
as
4 goals allowed in 2 minutes for the Blizzard. Absolute mental killer. You have to think, how will the Blizzard respond next game?
they play an objectively weaker team, but you gotta. That's a tough one to hinder on.
Yeah, I agree. The next Blizzard game will be against the Earthquake, which is in 15 minutes. I didn't even know the Blizzard played. But yeah, coming off that win, or coming off that loss. Sorry. This is definitely going to be tough for the Blizzard to recover from this devastating loss.
Is the money back? Or did he lag out? Well, I don't think
I
he's
can
here.
do it.
But
I can host it. Okay.
welcome
Please.
back for Game 3 of the first game day of Week 3 for the BHCL between the Blue Ridge Blizzard visiting the Los Angeles Earthquake. Very exciting matchup as we will get to see Konechny and Quake TFA in their new threads for the first time. And the Blizzard looking for a bounce back game as they just blew a 2-goal lead to the New York Bagels.
Tragic loss for them, actually. That was a brutal game to witness.
Hello, hello.
Oh, you're back
Oh.
right in time. Are you in the server?
Yes, give me a second.
All right, Akuzo taking it into Earthquake zone. TJF trying to play defense in the corner. Kuzo hitting it out to center ice. Ghostyferret going to collect the puck and hit it into the neutral zone. Clamper going to clear towards the boards. Kuzo looking to pressure. TJF sends it back the other way. Clamper a pass for Kuzo. Can't get by TJF as all 4 players on the ice seem to back off.
All right, I'm ready. Akuzo along the near boards. TJF sending one for Ghostyferret, but Clamper gets to it first. The pass was a little too far in front of him. Akuzo forcing his way down the boards. Pulls it back on TJF. Looking for the P3. Excellent block there by TJF. Prime time, as they call him. Earthquakes fans around the globe looking to witness prime time tonight. As TJF will send one up into the stick of Clamper. Not what he meant to do, but it's pinged away by Ghostyferret. Akuzo for Clamper. Back for Akuzo, but Ghostyferret gets a stick on it. Ghostyferret sends one up. Clamper able to recover. Up for Akuzo. Akuzo, long P3. Nixie's unable to glove it, but he clears it from the line. Akuzo now. Still has pressure. Out for Dripsky. It's the P3 off. What a save by Nixie's. An incredible glove to keep the Earthquakes in this game.
Wow. Absolutely amazing pass from Exo. Dripsky, just the unmarked man with a mission going in on the goalie, and next he is flashes the leather. Impressive save. Much needed one too.
I don't think they picked up Dripsky coming off the benches. He'll get a shot off the faceoff and he'll score. Dripsky puts Blue Ridge on the board early here.
Wow. I don't know if anybody was ready for that one.
I don't think they picked up Dripsky
But
coming off the benches.
Dripsky
He'll get a
clearly
shot off the
was.
face-off, and he'll
Generated the
score!
opportunity just before the shift, as we were talking about.
I don't think they
Face-off,
picked up
rather.
Dripsky coming off the benches. He'll get a shot off the
Gets a
face-off,
face-off
and he'll
goal.
score!
1-0 early in this period. Looking to
I don't
bounce
think
back.
they picked up Dripsky coming off
They
the
start
benches.
off
He'll get a
well
shot off the
for the Blue
face-off,
Ridge,
and he'll
bouncing off.
score!
Bouncing back from their previous game. Collapsing 4 goals in the late period. But, it doesn't matter now.
Man, this LA Earthquakes roster just better on paper than they are in game, I guess. As here's Dripsky for another chance. Denied by Nixie's. Nixie's really the only bright spot on this team this season. As here's Quake TFA playing his first game in an Earthquakes uniform along with his line mate Konechny. Dripsky steals it from him. Forces it back into the Earthquakes zone. Dripsky now has it stolen by Konechny. Up for Quake. Gets past Alex and R. Quake TFA is in. Saved by Mimi. He tried the short side, but Mimi was prepared. Dripsky forces it all the way back into the Earthquake zone the other way. Konechny beats him in the neutral zone. Gets a shot off. Excellent save by Mimi. Defending the far side on that one. Dripsky down the ice. Gets around Quake, but it's paying away. Behind the net. Quake TFA with it. He'll just ISO both players up the boards. Forces it into the corner. Dripsky. Up for Konechny. Little misplay and it's back in the Earthquake zone. Konechny has time. Gets past Dripsky. Konechny over for Quake. Great pass. Quake with the P3. Blizzard had enough time to defend that. Konechny. Quake will load up again. But this time he doesn't get it off as Akuzo, fresh off the bench, will ping that one away. 2 minutes left. Earthquakes looking strong after that Blizzard goal as Clamper gets a shot off. That's blocked by the big body of Ghostyferret. Akuzo has his shot swatted by TJF. Ghostyferret behind the net. Vasilevsky, what do you think of Ghostyferret's defensive presence, especially the shot blocking game here?
My goodness! Oh, okay. Sorry. Ghostyferret's defensive game, obviously he brings a lot to the table.
Really a lot of size, don't you think?
He's got really good positioning along with the size, I guess you could call it. You know, Ghostyferret is known for how much he can, like, take defensively. Really tough, for him to generate these opportunities. When he's got a big presence like Exa right in front of him too, and I think you expect a little bit more out of TJ defensively, but Ghostyferret just kind of doing it all right now.
Yeah, him and TJ have both been eating up shots from Akuzo here in their own zone, as the Blizzard have registered 3 shots in a row. Here's Camper defending against TJ in his own zone. Will break it out of the corner, but Ghostyferret meets him at the line. Ghostyferret, corner work is what he does best. He was known for it last season. He tries again, almost gets the shot off, but he was able to beat Akuzo there, just unable to finish. Dripski, a huge hit on Ghostyferret out of the corner. And that one won't be called. Konechny looking to defend. Alex Nar's pass misread by Dripski. Another hit on Quake TFA, still no call. Konechny still doing his own thing, though. Tries to get it out for Quake. Unable to. Dripski, a second left. Can't do it. That'll be the end of the period. 1-0 Blizzard after 1.
A good period from both rosters. Obviously, the Blizzard just coming out strong, staying strong the entirety of the game. LA has been really responsible defensively. The Blizzard have been really responsible defensively. And the only bright spot on this team right now for the Earthquakes, it has to be mixes. We've talked about it all season, but this team just underperforms when push comes to shove.
I know. They were ranked second coming into the season, I believe, in power rankings. After they did have a pretty good draft. It's just they can't really make it work out. Ghostyferret has not been performing up to his potential. TJF's been TJF.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me just hop in here to money. Ranked second in the power rankings before the season. TJF is on your team. Are we being serious? Those had to be troll.
Hey, TJF was a cup runner-up. He was a cup finalist last season.
Some might be
He did
wondering.
not win, but
Some might be wondering why TJF didn't pick a real winner like Goriest.
That's true.
A cup winner, if you will. TJ
I
needs
would-
that.
if I were the Earthquakes, I would explore a Ghostyferret for Goriest trade right about now.
WB.
WB.
Obvious trolls aside. What do the Earthquakes have to do to really just revive their whole roster here? I would say stay in this game, but they've been terrible like this all season.
They need to wake up. They need a reality shock. They might miss the playoffs. I think that's what's gonna put them into a better mindset. Because you look at the teams that are coming up right behind them, the teams that they have to beat to get into the playoffs, they barely beat the Popcorn both times.
Yeah, you need.
They haven't played the Surge. They haven't played the Marshmallows. Both teams objectively worse on paper, but this team on paper should be, like we mentioned, ranked second in the league. So there has to be something going on.
Yeah, this game.
Something's not right.
This game would mark the halfway mark of their season. Only 14 games. Losing this one would give them a record of 2-5 with only 4 points to show for it. Definitely will be a struggle to get into playoffs if they continue playing like this.
Earthquakes are one of the 2 teams who have played the Popcorn twice, which really shouldn't be a stat, but that goes to show how bad the Popcorn have been this season. Face-off underway. Ghostyferret gets a shot off. A clapper from the point blocked by Camper. Here's Ghostyferret working it behind the net. Not sure what he's doing there, just kind of critting the puck in the corner. As Akuzo will break it free. The break out of the zone. TJF stops that. Ghostyferret looking for something, but can't get past Camper as he whiffed on it. Camper taking it to the far side, getting around TJF. Has the edge, but hits the outside of the post. Camper looking for the short side now. He's kind of cooking. Camper with it again, but pang from behind by Ghostyferret. TJF now. Camper. Out of the corner, almost gets through TJF. The fact that somebody this talented is struggling against Camper, who is relatively inexperienced, no diss. Oh, Camper, a P3, glove down by Nixes.
They needed a glove. They need to slow this down.
The Blizzard are absolutely dominating to start the second period. After what looked like a decent possession for the Earthquake, with no shots registered, the Blizzard have gotten 4. Make it 5 as that didn't quite make it to the net, but it still registered. Shot from the corner by Akuzo. They're just getting everything on net. Dripski, another shot. Dies in Ghostyferret's hitbox. Dripski pulls back on him. Quake TFA steals. Trying to get around Alex Nar. He will. To the corners. Quake looping around the net. Trying to get it out for Konechny, but it's into the hands of Dripski. Dripski beats Konechny on the boards. Tries to beat Quake TFA. He does. Getting around. He scores. Dripski with his second of the game. Blizzard up 2.
And who's shocked? You know, it was about a minute 40.
Quake DFA, he
until
does. Getting
the
around,
puck
he
passed the
scores.
line.
Dripski with his second of the game.
Just absolute domination.
Blizzard up
Camper versus
2.
Ghostyferret, you can always expect Camper to show out. My goodness. It's looking real rough.
We really need that prime time right about now.
We need
Don't you think?
they need any sort of life at this point. I mean, Konechny and Quake, the 2 assets they brought in from the two or 3 good assets on that team. You know, brought in, and it's they haven't looked that good, although they've been the only line to produce anything offensively. It's looking a little rough.
Quake TFA gets beat to the corner by Dripski. Dripski breaking out with it, looking to meet back Frank into the net. Hits Nixes on the way. That will not be called. For those who don't know, goalie interference is not a penalty. It's just called back if it results in a goal. Alex Nar breaking out of the Blizzard zone. Up for Dripski. He beats Konechny to it. Saved by Nixes. Rebound is loose. Alex Nar keeping it in the zone as the Earthquakes were able to contain that rebound. Quake TFA beat by Dripski. Looking for the sharp angle P3. That's swatted away. Alex Nar will try one now. Dripski, another P3. He scores. The Earthquakes cannot seem to find an answer as the Blizzard are just putting unrelenting pressure on them. They've registered 12 shots.
Swatted away.
And we're
Alex
barely
Nar will try one
past the
now.
halfway point of this period. 12
Dripski,
shots in
another
the
P3.
period.
He scores.
20 shots total in the game. Can they
That's-
break a record?
It's swatted away. Alex Nar will
it's not
try
looking
one
good
now.
right now. I mean, that was
Dripski, another P3. He scores.
it's been 3 minutes, pretty much, and it's been in the offensive zone one time for the popcorn, or not for the Earthquakes, who were starting to look like the popcorn.
I was not phased when you said the popcorn. I genuinely thought that was the team we were looking
I
at.
did too.
Ghostyferret getting around. Beat by Akuzo quite easily as Akuzo gets a shot on net. That's gloved down by Nixes. Akuzo with a blast right into the chest of Nixes. LA really seemingly doing nothing to stop any shots from coming in, as TJF will send one up. Camper sending it back down, beating TJF to the puck in the corner. Camper having a good game so far. The Blizzard icing 5 skaters. As, oh wait, no, 4 is, it looks like Siffin got
my
benched at
goodness.
Akuzo with his 4th.
What a pass!
With the Blizzard's 4th, sorry. His first of the game assisted by Camper.
Amazing pass by Camper. Ghostyferret, I couldn't have said it better myself, man. Ghostyferret quotes in the chat. We suck, man.
As, oh wait,
It's
no,
true.
4 is,
You know,
it looks like
just getting
Siffin got
walked
benched at
everywhere, beats
Akuzo
everybody. There's no effort.
with his 4th.
They're just
The
like,
Blizzard
they're
icing
getting their
5
cardio out there,
skaters.
man.
As,
Like, they're getting
oh wait, no,
Blockey
4
cardio
is,
out there.
it looks like Siffin got benched at Akuzo
because he needs it.
with his 4th. The Blizzard.
He really does.
Yeah. and I feel like you need more than cardio. You know, this is reminiscent of the Blizzard versus Surge game earlier in the season. A 4-0 final, but same amount of shots.
It's looking to be a lot more than that.
Except the fact that the Surge best player was a defenseman.
The Surge best player could defend.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of nothing going on right now for the Earthquakes.
TJF looking to break it out of his own zone. It's right to Akuzo. He'll send a shot wide. TJF sends one up to nobody. Clamper will retrieve it. Out for Akuzo. Open shot in the slot. Still able to maintain it. Ghostyferret clamped up on the boards by forward teammate Clamper, who's really getting his revenge tonight. Konechny unable to beat Alex Nar. Alex out to the middle. Konechny pinging it to the boards. Denies that chance. Dripsky pulling it back, looking for the P3, but it's swatted away by Quake before he could do anything. Alex Nar trying to get one up for Dripsky. Konechny beats him. 2-on-1 for the Earthquakes, and Konechny whiffs on it. Just when it seemed like the Earthquakes had a chance, Dripsky steals, and his shot will be gloved down by Nixes. Great save there.
Yeah, the only good thing going on right now for the Earthquakes. My brain it keeps telling me to say popcorn, but it's not the popcorn, man.
This might be worse.
That's actually true.
Dripsky wins it back, tries to get another shot off, but he will not be able to. Second period over. Blizzard registering 16 shots in that period, I believe. And the Earthquakes registering 3.
No, they got 1.
They got 1? Oh, yeah, they had 3 in the first period. They got one shot that period. Wow.
You know, I'm feeling for the guys over there on the Earthquakes. They need to change up the lines. They need to try anything, man. I understand Ghostyferret, TJ, they want to play together, man, but they need to switch something up. They either do like TJ Quake, Nick Ghostyferret, or
I'm not sure because Nick and Quake TFA really just have clashing playstyles with Ghostyferret. TJF is the best fit for him. So you have to wonder, could we see Ghostyferret even get traded? First of all, or could we see Konechny and Quake get traded after getting acquired just what seems like so recently?
I don't see a world where Nick and Quake get traded right now. They look like the two competent. They look like two semi-competent players out on the ice tonight. Ghostyferret, his first overall pick has not been a first overall pick value. You know, I hate to see it from the kid. TJ taking a risk on the on the pick of Ghostyferret, who in the long term could be better, you know. But they just need something now.
Ghostyferret really does have the potential to be a great player. Like, he was picked first for a reason. It's just he's not putting that on display now. Especially in the S20 playoffs, Ghostyferret really was the only player on the Grizzlies that semi showed out against the Calgary Wings in their first round defeat.
Yeah. Is there anything positive that you can get from this game for the Earthquakes?
The Earthquakes, we keep going back to Nixes as the only bright spot on this team. He's been rock solid in net. Though he has let in 4 goals, but they've been 4 like relatively unsavable goals.
Gotta feel for him.
You really can't expect him to save 24 shots in a night. As great of a goalie as he is. Here's Ghostyferret starting the third period off. Akuzo instantly steals. TJF, a great swat to prevent that shot from getting through. Akuzo with it again. Launches another P3 down the ice. That goes wide. TJF breaking it out of the corner. Really can't seem to get the pass off. Ghostyferret will come in to help. That's no use as Akuzo just forces it back into the zone. Ghostyferret has it pulled back by Akuzo. TJF there to defend that. A weak shot lands in the pads of Nikes. He'll swat that one out. Ghostyferret finally able to clear the zone. Before he has it, he gets beat by Camper. Akuzo pulls the rug on TJ. Can't get the shot off, though, as Ghostyferret pings that one away. Ferret now. Clamper once again defeating both Earthquakes. Clamper's in. Gets the pullback off, but gets the shot. Can't get the goal. Excellent play by Camper, but that really could have been disastrous for the Earthquake. Akuzo once again beating Ghostyferret. Over for Dripski. Can't get the shot away. Puck is sent back into the Earthquake zone. Dripski now with it. Dripski getting around, trying to get the curve off. Can't do so. Alex and R defending against Konechny. Dripski on the back check. That'll make it easy work for the Blizzard to keep it in the neutral zone. Dripski pulls it back on Konechny. One-on-one with Quake. Dripski can't successfully ISO him. Both Earthquakes back to defend against Dripski. He won't be able to keep it. Konechny tries to stretch it for Quake TFA, but Dripski's there first. Gets it over for Alex and R. He hits the post, cleared out by Nikes.
I believe we've hit a season high of shots on goal for a team.
I believe we have. I believe we might have long before this this moment. Might have been even before the third period. I'm not sure.
Actually, no, the shot record this season, I believe, is 26. The Blizzard versus the Surge.
All right, well, that's one record your team doesn't want to hold. So I'm sure you're very relieved that that record has been broken tonight.
Well, it shouldn't have been broken realistically.
Oh, Quake TFA showing some life for the Earthquakes.
It's the first
Didn't mean to
time.
interrupt.
First time Mitch Mimi has had to do something and pay attention to the game.
Okay, what? Akuzo just... I didn't even realize. I thought that was a Earthquakes player.
I lost. I didn't know who that was.
That's...
I
Okay.
saw Nick hop up on the bench. I thought he got caught on the bench, but he just got
Akuzo scores on shot number 30.
goalie saving 6 for every goal against.
Yeah,
Poor guy.
Nikes definitely, not getting too much love from his team here in terms of the gameplay.
Oh, Ghostyferret. Oh,
Oh
what
my
an
God.
opportunity.
The Earthquakes register a shot. Oh, Ghostyferret in again! He scores!
He got
Winnable.
hers.
Winnable.
Comeback season. You know, I just unmuted to point out.
Chris Paul.
I unmuted to point out how bad it actually is to have, 30 shots against. Because we only
I don't
play,
think that's been done in a while.
we only play 5-minute periods in the BHL. So times the shots by 4.
Yeah. That's
Even though it is a faster paced game and all that, you
Inconceivable.
know what I mean?
yeah.
But holy smokes.
There's the takeover. There's the one takeover moment of the game for Ghostyferret where he just gets his.
Ghostyferret with a goal. Earthquakes have looked better. Definitely not going to be enough as Akuzo gets a blast past Nixes. His third of the game will have a double hat trick for Blue Ridge as Akuzo and Dripski both registering 3 goals.
On another note, congrats to Ghostyferret for getting his.
I agree. In other news, I guess, Dripski, I believe, takes the points lead tonight in the BHL stats leaderboard, or
Wow.
BHCL.
Impressive. TJF 101, will you be in the trade market after this one? From Z.
Thought he already was.
Here's Clamper. Up for Akuzo. Looking to stat pad some more, but Ghostyferret with, I believe, got the stick on that. I'm not sure if it was TJF or Ghostyferret. Ghostyferret beat by Clamper on the boards. He'll drag it back, though. Good recovery. Akuzo, 1 minute left. Looking for that 4th goal. He wouldn't be the only one to do it tonight. TJF fighting him in a corner. Absolutely just whacking him. No use calling it, though. Camper keeps it in, but Ghostyferret will ping that one away from him. Exo sends one up. TJF's pass unsuccessful as Camper breaks back into the Earthquake zone, pulling it back on TJF. Oh, this is embarrassing. Camper hits the post. TJF putting a spin cycle by Camper.
Someone clip that.
Please do. Dripski getting past Konechny. The shot hits the post. Alex Nar back out for Dripski, looking for his 4th. He'll hit the post again. 34 shots. Alex Nar getting around Konechny. We will end this game. The worst loss yet for the LA Earthquakes as they drop this one 6-1. Just I'm at a loss for words.
No comments. Yeah, there's not really much to be said. I mean,
Just an embarrassment. Just an embarrassment.
Konechny,
simply.
Ordex, and Nixes the only ones for the Earthquake out there in the handshake line. As I'm sure they're too devastated to really even care about tradition at this point.
good job, Ghostyferret. Got his.
Hey,
Yeah,
I know.
Great.
I know
Shout out
he's.
Ghostyferret.
I know he's in the voice chat going, "Look, guys, even though we lost,
Alright.
I got mine. Where were you guys? Where were you guys? I got mine."
That's what I hear Tucker say whenever we lose a round in Valorant.
Yeah.
True. All right. Well, I believe that'll be it for the broadcast tonight. We thank you all for joining. We'll be live again on Friday, broadcasting 3 more games, so make sure to tune in then. I have been Demoni. I am joined by Vasilevsky, my color commentator, and Tucka, my cameraman. That'll be all for tonight. Thank you and good night. Oh yeah, shout out Alfresco. And Ghostyferret for color commentating.
Shout out. Thank you, guys.
Shout out. Thank you guys.